Hamburger? Nah, cheeseburger. There we go. Now we're cooking. He's even got the cheese. He's got the cheese, he's the burger. It works. That's a cheeseburger right there if I ever seen one. That right there, that's cheeseburger. That'll work. I was thinking too hard about it. I was thinking two Tumblr circa 2016 when I should have been thinking Brendaniel 2025. 30 minutes to decide a name, buddy. It's hard sometimes, all right? If you're gonna be playing with this guy the entire time, like, you got to make sure it's a good name. We're gonna be playing with this guy the whole time. We want to make sure we're referring to him properly. Cheeseburger. Yep. What makes me sad about this is in this moment, all I can think about is Biomutant, and I fucking hate that game. Even though I know once I actually get into this shit, I'm gonna be thinking way less of Biomutant. But the color palette here is really reminding me of Biomutant. Me with no Newport. Me when only Black and Milds are available. Oh, you know what? True, that was the Boobafu core. Very lemur core. What a fucking trauma dump in the chat. Only guy I knew who, like, Biomutant killed himself?
My envoy.
What?
Remember your vow.
Do you need to talk to somebody that isn't in the Twitch chat? Jesus! Am I allowed to say that's funny? That's just a wild, out-of-pocket thing to say immediately. It's like... Sometimes I look over a chat and people say stuff, and for the most part, when somebody says something like, or they're like trauma dumping in the general, I can ignore it, but something like that, I'm like, holy fucking shit, are you good? As long as you're good. Give me a game where for the first time I'm not on a shipwreck, or I fall out of a thing, or I wake up near a thing. How about an RPG that starts with you in jail? Oh, Morrowind? Oh, I forgot, the one good RPG to ever exist. You're right. You're right. The one good RPG where you're not in jail, you're not on a shipwreck, you're not in a plane crash. Look how fucking blue this guy is. Hey there, you're finally awake, huh? Fallout New Vegas? No, in Fallout New Vegas, you wake up dead. Similar thing. Give me a game where there's no, hey, you're finally awake, is more so what it is. I think this is better to play in third person, or... I don't know, I feel like it might be worse for me in third person. Sorry, the fucking running guy. Ah! Ah! The running animation, it's too strong. Now that's a fucking run. I like him. Yeah, he's the kind of guy you gotta shade before you eat him out. I feel like if I don't swim and check out the area around here, then like, you never know if you like miss a hidden little chest or anything. Any edible coral? This guy just following me, swimming along with me, fair. Grab the fish. Oh, yeah, see? Always be looking. There may be some gems and jewels around. Now, there's not gonna be a secret behind this waterfall, right? No, of course not. It's way too early for them to put a secret behind the waterfall. There will be one inevitably, for it is the truth of all game developers to put something behind the waterfall at some point. But so far, bad game. First waterfall, not a single thangus. Well, you know what? Let me double check. We don't know. Maybe an illusionary wall. No, of course not. Nothing in like the water, right? Okay. Double checking myself. Didn't want to call it a bad game with no waterfall secrets without having experienced it at least. Let's take a look at these guys. Yeah. Yeah, those are Agumon feet right there. Guaranteed. Yeah, those are Digimon style creatures. I get it. Why didn't you befriend them? Because I have a weapon.
Come on. The fort's up.
And I don't have a friend. I don't have a friendly shout. I can't yell, hey, let's all go out for a nice dinner meal together, you and I. Couldn't do that, so didn't have the opportunity. If I could have done it, I would have done it, but I couldn't, and I didn't, so I wasn't. All right, waterfall, anything behind this one? Nope. That's like 3 waterfalls so far. It's looking dire. I base whether or not a game is good by 2 metrics. Does it have waterfall secrets? Does it have a good shotgun? If it meets both parameters, it's a great game. If it doesn't meet at least one of the parameters, bad game. Baby with his stick? Why is that? Okay, let me hit you with this, chat, real quick. That's Eric Cartman from South Park: The Stick of Truth. Wizard hat, same color, yellow star, stick. That's Eric Cartman from Stick of Truth. That's a South Park reference. Wizard hat, same star, same color. Cartman-style clothing has the stick. Now, and I say that because Obsidian worked on Stick of Truth. Therefore, it has to be a South Park reference right there. Caught it in one. That's absolutely, they have a painting of fucking Cartman in here. That is certifiably a Cartman painting.
Is it you?
Who? Huh? Ma'am? Who's speaking in my mind? Damn it, son of a bitch. Not again. Not another lady in my head calling me a stud muffin. I'm so sick of this shit. Thank the gods this game doesn't have a talking fucking glove, but if I have to have one more lady call me a stud muffin in my fucking head, I'm gonna lose it. Every goddamn time I play a fucking RPG. Hey, hey, hey! What do you mean, Pillars of Eternity, Badinga? Pretty sure some of my friends have blue baddies in their heads. Yeah. I want to know, realistically, I would love to have a number on this. I know it's not feasible, but I'd love to have the number of money spent on Avatar porn commissions. Not for any reason other than peak curiosity, is I want to know how much, just in general, people have spent on Avatar porn commissions. Like, in life.
Never seen one of your kind before. I always heard folks say you were blessed. Looks more like a curse to me.
They always say you folk were blessed. Looks like a curse to me. Well, if I knew which god blessed me, I would ask them, well, will you shut up or should I make you? Yeah, you better show me some goddamn respect. I'm a big boy with beef inside of me. A Cheeseburger was a war hero. He was fighting dudes in the trenches before you were born. All right? Is that blue guy real or fake? No, he's real. But he's not like in your head. He's not like the great Gazoo from the Flintstones. He's a real guy. He's not your conscience. No, he's just blue.
Anything to get out that cell.
Why? You worried about him? You scared of blue guys? Well, you terrified of him on account of the fact he's blue? Better be a waterfall secret. Oh, yeah, here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Good game, good game. It fulfills one of my, is this a good game or not? Properties. Once I go bald, I'm going turban. Turban can go pretty hard. It's a pretty hard look. I'm going beanie and the occasional hat. I think the downside to the beanie is no matter what you do when you wear a beanie, you kind of look like a weed dealer. But I think beanie and the occasional baseball cap that'll fit. The two genres of beanie balds are weed dealer and racist. You fortunately look like a weed dealer. Yeah, that's because of my attitude too. I have the weed dealer attitude as well. Smoking that cart night, hitting up some Kingdom cart, hitting the booth off the Benjamin, taking a blinker off the Benjamin like crazy. Hello, I'd like to purchase one drug, please. Yeah, you want that loaded or not? You want do you want that flavor blasted or not? Huh? I got some cheese. You want that flavor blasted or what's the Brenda, you have a salesman voice? Hi, how's it going? What can I get for you today? Looking around, just having some good, just looking around, just looking for a couple of things. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, you know, if you're looking for anything in particular, you know, let me know. I'll be your guide. What are we looking for today?
Of course I didn't bring a flint.
Oh, we're looking for some video games. Why don't I help you out here? Now, this one over here, you're on PS4. Awesome. So this is a game called Putty Squad. It's actually pretty cool. Now, I know it looks kind of lame because it's like kind of a platformer, but I swear to you, the game opens up a couple hours in. All right, it's awesome. Later down the line, the game genuinely opens up, and it's probably one of the best games I've played all year. Blue guy's hot. Yeah, yeah. You think? You big into Avatar? What do you think about the Way of the Water? Did you want the Way of the Water to be the shape of water? Handsome, regal, authoritative. That feels like me. Am I handsome? How cute am I? How cute do you think I am?
Again.
On a scale of 1 to 100, how cute do you think I am? You got to tell me.
Nonsense. There's a small army of pickpockets, smugglers, and
Garrus!
scoundrels between those walls who'd be happy.
That guy! We're fucking that guy! Garrus!
Just ignore him.
Where did you say they went?
Garrus!
Because I've got an idea.
They traveled northwest to the strait.
Now him. He in the party. In the party immediately. Put him in the party. Time for the FPS to slow down to 30 as is tradition. The big buff guy and a tall lady? What are you pointing at, man? You pointing at her forehead? Why? I come over here and he just...
Nice and cozy in the ambassador's pocket.
What is this? Stop pointing at her forehead. What are you doing here, man? Wonder if this is gonna have the Outer Worlds problem, where like there's some good bits, but there's not enough sauce. But I think this is more open world. Ooh, nice. Take that. We need that. So far, I'm getting there's a bit of sauce here. I bet the
Zarps.
Dig that.
Maybe small.
I bet the like magic combat is a lot of fun if you use like wands instead of like bows and swords. But I'm kind of going bows and swords just to see, because sometimes games go a little bit crazy on the magic, and that's why I like to pick melee. Because I want to see what sauce they have in the melee first. Zarip, is that the name of these dino people? Kind of a weird naming choice. Yeah, well, I mean, names are hard, dude. Names for like fantasy races and stuff don't tend to stick unless it's like good. I think that's one of the problems with like one of the problems with general fantasy is if you're not using like goblins or orcs or trolls, if you're not using like common names, people are like, oh, that sounds stupid. And that's just part and parcel because you're so used to goblins, kobolds, trolls, that like anything else is a little hard to get over. You're hanging on to the past. You got to look forward to the future. You got to let go. But also names is hard. My personal rule, never name anything with an X. Never start with an X or a Z. Just don't do it. X, Z, and Q. I'm like, don't do it. You're starting off with a little bit too much sauce right at the gate. People are going to go, Zarip, huh? Zargrip? People have trouble like pronouncing normal ass names. You put an X, a Z, and a Q in there, and they're going to be like, what do you mean this is a Quetzalcoatl? Not everyone is J.R.R. Tolkien, pretty much, but like that's the I feel like that's a problem with public perception in anything, in media, movies, books, TV shows, when people are too like, oh man, what are these guys named? Zarips? I don't get it. It's like, give it a chance, man. You know, don't go out the gate being like, this shit sucks. You're just used to goblins, kobolds, and trolls. You're too used to like general fantasy terms. You got to let it be a little exotic and weird. You got to let it get a little bit goofy. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Trying to rename Goblin in your setting feels like the equivalent of calling zombies freakers or some shit. As much as I don't like Days Gone for calling them freakers, you gotta see if it hangs. You gotta give it some time.
Someone was actually brazen enough to sneak into the camp for this.
Can't see how much good we've done for everyone since we got here.
That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. They did a really good job there. Right in the ass. What? He gives more of the bug assassin guy, Thane. You're only saying that because he looks... Thane is green and this guy is blue. You're only saying he's giving you Thane vibes because Thane is green and this guy is blue. And you are colorblind. I hate to be the guy to tell you this. Green people, blue people, that's all I get. They're both scaly, pretty much. Scaly, and one's blue. Well, bluish green versus light green. This guy looks exactly the same as Blue Man. That's what I'm saying.
I knew it would be perilous.
Hey, 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 hey. By perilous, hey. Hey, fucker. You're taking my bit, motherfucker. Sick, helpless Henloth, you died for the community you built. May the legacy of your people be your legacy to share. May their children's children stand in place of the family you never had. Oh, poor Henloth, man. And they were robbing the grave. What the fuck? Almhurst? Twisted to the end, the evil to the core. A cautionary tale of nightmarish struggle and broken promises. You laughed at death, now silence reigns. Imagine going so hard that you pay for a gravestone of that guy you fucking hate. Yeah, I'll pay for his gravestone. Yeah, I fucking hate that guy. Hated dude so bad. I bought a gravestone for him that called him fat. He wasn't even fat. Now whenever anybody goes through the graveyard and they see his grave, they're gonna think he's fat. Kendrick might? Ah, the eternal hater. Hater's so powerful that he got to play at the Super Bowl.
If you're gonna shoot that barrel, keep your distance.
Oh yeah, I will. Well, you should too. Nope. Oh man, you should have gotten out of the way, man. You knew what I was gonna do.
Mogren's fury. Keep it away from gunpowder, or you'll be as bald as me.
You making a bald joke out here, man? What the fuck? I play fantasy games to escape reality. You can't hit me with this shit. Huh, bald. Damn it. Motherfucker, you got me. Webcam integration in the game? Yeah. If the game detects that you're bald, you are 20 to 30% more likely to get a bald joke out of him. I can't wait for the cultural zeitgeist of mushroom shit to go away. Fungi is just nasty. It does seem like sometimes we really like to focus on like the crazy wacky mushrooms. I mean, they're even putting the mushrooms in FNAF. You see that little mushroom guy? A lot of mycologists have gotten the culture somehow over the last like 10 to 15 years. Fungus is cool. Yeah, if you want to play the fungus guy in Battleborn, sure. But Battleborn's dead, so he's not coming back. Fucking Baldur's Gate 3 had a fungus section with fungal guys. Last of Us has fungus guys. They kind of got a lot of fungus guys. A lot of fungal representation over the last 10 or so years. I'm kind of neutral on fungus as like an aesthetic. I don't really care for it nor hate it. Just kind of like, yeah, okay. Get fungal with it. I like the mushroom guys from Dark Souls. Past that, I don't know. Only because they walk up to you, they're bulky, and they punch you. Which I think is a generationally good bit. I thought this was a place for us Lawbreakers fans. I didn't know you were Team Battleborn. Dude, Radical Heights are bust, right? Shaka bra, Cliffy B. Shaka bra. Radical Heights are bust, man. Fungus is wet and stinky. Reminds me too much of my roommate. They got mushrooms growing out the dirt. I don't like fungus because it reminds me of gnomes. Sitting on a toadstool and making fun of me. Not a big fan of that. Claviger has asked me to join him for the journey to the Strangle Route. Finally, somebody that understands the importance of properly documenting the strange phenomena of this island. Written below will be my shorthand notes that I shall complete into the proper report upon our return to Paradise. A lot of flora, a lot of fungal, a lot of roots, a lot of zorips. Oh, come on, not the fucking... This is, and I said this in Baldur's Gate, and it's still applied in that. This is my least favorite trope of lore notes. This is one of my biggest pet peeves with lore notes, is somebody writing a lore note, and then they go, ah, partially through the lore note. I just like, oh, man, he's writing, he's walking, he's writing, he's rocking. Oh, fuck, I'm dying, ah. Gee, I'm writing my journal, and I hope I sure don't die while I'm writing my journal. It's like, oh, buddy, you got candlejacked. Holy shit. That's just kind of scary. I hate it in audio logs. I hate it in journals. Even if you can make it make sense, I still don't like it. Even if it makes sense. Even if somebody's like recording a journal and then you hear a gunshot and they get shot, I'm still like, Even if it makes sense, I still don't like it as a narrative device. Personal preference more so than anything, because I do think there are some really stupid ones. But there are ones that make like logical sense. When you're playing like BioShock and you're going through the audio logs and that, you're like, oh, like this one kind of makes sense. Like he's talking into the microphone and then he gets shot and he dies. You get it. He's fucking dead. But at the same time, like I still don't like it. Give me a few minutes, but I'm going to go to the bathroom. Going to go change into my Valentine's Day date clothes and then I'll be back. It's not good. What's not good? Got the Fantano flannel. Dude, I saw this at Plato's Closet. I saw this in Plato's Closet. I was like, I gotta get this shit. You dress like the guy I see at Bass Pro inspecting the bow and arrow aisle. Yeah, true, but I'm wearing a hat. So. I saw this in Plato's Closet and I was like, dude, I gotta buy the yellow flannel, especially if I'm shaving my head. Ain't no way I can not shave my head and then not get like the yellow flannel. Call that chat engagement. Perfect. As all things should be. I don't mind baseball hats. I just gotta find hats that fit. This one squeezed my head a little bit no matter what I do. Which is like fine, you know, it squeezed the head. Get over it, grow up. Get a smaller head maybe, idiot. Lockpick. Okay, so no lockpicking minigame. Interesting. I mean, I'm fine with it, I think, for the most part. I don't think it's that big, but you don't need a lockpicking minigame. I hate lockpicking minigames. Really? Oh, shit. Whoops. Really depends on what they do. I'm fine with, like, the tried and true... like Bethesda lockpicking minigame. I don't mind it. I'm used to it. If I get like the Bethesda lockpicking where it's just like the move the thangus, get her done, I'm like, yeah, whatever. This is fine. It depends on how like weird they get with it. If they try to get really fucking weird with it, then I'm like, ooh, no, I don't like this. Now you can hold, oh, you can do a power attack with the rifles too. Damn, all right. They was cooking. I don't hate lockpicking minigames, just how often you need to do them, how repetitive it becomes. I think the best place where I found like the Bethesda lockpicking minigame in general is probably in Dying Light, weirdly enough, because for the most part you're consistently like pretty all right in terms of like rewarded, but there's not really a lot of moments I can think of in that game where it's 100% necessary to progress. It's like, oh yeah, you can get rewarded for this shit, but it's not like it's 100% like, oh, you need to be able to do this to progress. I think for the most part it's nice because you just get little bits of loot out of it versus like some parts of some RPGs where it's like, oh, fuck, I gotta hack these 8 doors. I gotta lockpick these 20 doors. Ah, shit, I gotta do this 80,000 bajillion times. Like, Alpha Protocol is really bad about that because it's got, I think, like 3 or 4 lockpicking minigames. And some of them are fun, so I don't mind it. But on the other hand, I don't mind it in something like Fallout, where for the most part, like, yeah, you're lockpicking something open. It'll be a quick bit, and then you're in. I love hacking in Fallout, though. Maybe it's skip the minigame for lower level locks. True. Force open was a mechanic in, I think, Fallout and in Skyrim to a degree, right? Like on the easy or very easy chests, couldn't you force it at 100%? I liked how simple it was. Yeah, but the percentages always sucked. I think you got to a point where it was like 100% for the lower locks. You just pressed a button and opened them. But then you had to 100% lockpicking. Kingdoms of Amalur had a force open option. I'm not playing a game made by a baseball guy. You can't make me play Kings of Amalur. I don't wanna. Oh, that's a baseball. Well, hacking is actually good at max difficulty. The skill check makes hacking shit, though, not being told how it works anywhere ever, world type shit. I love in Fallout for the hacking minigame how the easier it is, the harder it is. Like, it's genuinely harder when the words are smaller. Sometimes. Like, I feel like anytime I'm doing like a Fallout minigame for hacking, I'm like, why is the very easy one the hardest one to do? I'm trying to find 3-letter words. I feel like you should switch this. You should swap this. And then they never will. Wasn't the first one that actually told you to look? Oh yeah, 4 was the first one that told you to look for the brackets as well. I think the thing about the easier difficulties is they were easier because they had way more brackets and parentheses. But the words was smaller, so it's harder. Wow. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? What the hell? Right out the gate, buddy. All right. Then you fucking die and then the game is fucking over. What do you mean, Piglet? What do you mean, Piglet? Pooh asked as he turned his dump truck of a backhander on to face him, his mottled yellow fur contrasting with his motherland red shirt, his eyes ablaze and boring down into the pink little creature's eyes and soul. Oh shit, I didn't mean to paste that. I don't know, I feel like you meant to paste it. I feel like you wanted to see what my wife got me for Valentine's Day. I don't know, man. I think you meant to paste it, because my wife did get me this, so I think that's important omen. My wife did get me a poo journal for Valentine's Day, so I think you meant to paste it, because you wanted to see the poo journal. I'm gonna write some horrible shit in here, like the guys on top. It's gonna be awesome for when I write, like, nightmarishly awful notes in here for tabletop stuff. The poo journal is gonna have some horrible things written in it at some point. Tabletop raps. Me with my D20. You don't know what rhymes with 20. Damn, I'm dead. I fucking died.
You died. Someone.
Yeah, I gotta track my bowel movements. I have to, well, you gotta shit. You have to have a dry shit, and then you weigh the shit on the scale. 4.28 grams. Not a lot of shit. Just a little bit.
Corruption spread through
a true 8-pounder. Today was a horrible day. I did indeed take my shirt off. When you take a poo, you can name it in the journal. Yeah, me cataloging my shits and naming each and every single one before I send them off into the great beyond. When I get up to the pearly gates and I ask God, tell me how Joffrey was doing, because he was certifiably a girthy floater, and I gotta know. Where did he end up at? Or I got to the toilet and I hate it. It flushes too fast and I can't admire my work in time.
Thank the gods.
You flush before you get up? What are you talking about? You don't get up, go. Yep, and then flush? Oh, it auto flushes. Get some tape. Cover the sensor. What am I, MacGyver? No, you got a junk drawer though, don't you?
The wheel, but I brought you here just in
You tell me you don't have a junk drawer?
anyone.
With like a little scotch tape in there, a little tape? No, MacGyver, you just take a little tape, you cover the sensor.
Even her skill.
Fuck, every time it cuts back to him, I have to look at his head. Yeah, so who killed me?
That's what everyone in Paradise is asking.
How do you know about my junk drawer? Everybody has a junk drawer. Everybody. You don't live in this world without having a junk drawer. And if you don't have a junk drawer, I don't trust you. You're probably born out of the pod. I have a junk drawer. It's got like scissors and tape and loose batteries in there. Everybody has a junk drawer. It's a normal thing. Welcome to life. Yeah, it's a thing. Everybody has a junk drawer. It's a thing. It's a normal human thing. If you live in a domicile, you have a junk drawer. You got shit to put where the shit do go. And if you are a little bit more crazy, a little bit more wacky, you have a junk shelf. Normal junk drawer. When you start getting into like shelving and totes, veering into hoarder territory a little bit. He looks like an exotic goldfish made man by a wish. Let me hit you with this. Not the Lorax. He's the goldfish from Cat in the Hat. Hit you with that, Rock. You weren't even thinking about that, were you? He's the goldfish from Cat in the Hat made man. He kind of likes, he kind of has the jaw of the human version of Shrek. In my defense, it's like a single shelf. Oh, yeah. How many boxes of paper clips you got on that shelf? I'm trying to think. How many rubber bands you got on your junk shelf, huh? How many half-used candles do you have on your junk shelf, huh? How many half-finished projects do you have on your junk shelf, huh? I'll get to this later, and then it ends up at the junk shelf and you never touch it again. This is harassment? You're just mad that I'm calling you out. You're mad that I'm calling you out. You're mad, I know. How many Chinese takeout menus do you have in your junk drawer or junk shelf? You just keep getting them in mass. It's like, oh, fuck, another one? All right, fine. Maybe I'll order food from this place. Doesn't have to be like Chinese, just takeout. How many takeout menus you stock up on, huh? How many magnets do you have on your shelf or in your junk drawer, huh? You got a lot of magnets? Do you have like a full set of like the alphabet magnets and then you put most of them on the fridge and you like to spell out like funny words on there for the rest of your roommates or for your family? Do you have a bunch of like alphabet magnets and sometimes you go over there and you giggle and you write ass? And then your mom is yelling at you, stop writing ass on the fridge! Is this like a discount Baldur's Gate? I hate that terminology. Because I hate that everything is going to be a discount Baldur's Gate when Pillars 1 and 2 came out and were good before Baldur's Gate, but people didn't want to give it a try because they didn't have a fuckable vampire. Like, I hate that distinction. I understand why people make it because it's easier to say, but this is just, it's a first-person RPG, you know? Doesn't got to be like a discount Baldur's Gate. It's a first-person RPG with choices. That's it. These weren't rare, right? And now after Baldur's Gate, it's like, whoa, this is like Bald Gate. Whoa, and I understand the comparison because Bald Gate was like a rare 10 out of 10 video game, right? One of those rare video games that like defines a generation of gaming to a degree. So apt comparison, maybe, but I mean, I feel like it takes away from what Avowed is trying to do. I'm trying to go in with a fresh mind. I'm trying to think of this without being like a critical dick. The only thing I really dislike so far is no ammo for arrows, because I like ammo because ammo means that you can maybe get special ammo and then it can make the combat feel a little bit better. And then some of the designs for some of the races I'm kind of so-so on. Blue guy, blue furry guy. Kind of hate that you can only choose between human and elf. I do wish that there were more choices for your race. I don't like that it's just down to 2. That's something where it's like, look at this world filled with various different guys. And it's like, all right, you get 2 choices. Elf or normal guy, human or elf. It isn't fair to compare it to Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I have to agree, but there's stuff in and out of the game that is like, really? With Outer Worlds had the same issue that this game is going to have in a different way. And I talked about this like a couple weeks back. Outer Worlds is a video game that had to sell you on everything out of the gate. The world, the characters, the story. There was no foundation for it. Right? Everything in the game had to sell you right away on everything, right? They had to build everything from scratch, which means you're going to miss a lot more. This game, similar, Pillars 1 and Pillars 2, and even Tyranny to a degree, really, has a lot of the foundational work already done, and they can just pull from there. But because Avowed is going to be a lot of people's first look at the Pillars world, because a lot of people didn't play Pillars, that wouldn't play Pillars, but would play Avowed, are going to be like, what are you talking about? Watchers, the Iron Garrote, the what, the who, the what, the huh, the huh? D&D, Baldur's Gate was kind of lucky. Even if it is good, at its core, everything in the game can be easily explained. Everything in the game you are more likely to understand if you've kept up with fantasy or pop culture. You know what a goblin is. You know what an orc is. You know what an elf is. You know what Baldur's Gate is, probably, especially if you play tabletop or if you've been interested in D&D. You know what a dragon is. You know what dungeon is, right? And so they didn't have to focus on anything related creatively to, well, how does this creature work? Well, because we got a book for that. How does this race work? Well, we don't really have to worry about that because we got a book for that. And it was better because you didn't have to focus so much of your effort, so much of your work, so much of your creative brain, so much of your writers having to write everything extensively behind the scenes to explain everything in front of you, right? And it was the perfect time for a D&D RPG. Baldur's Gate didn't succeed specifically because it was a tabletop or because it was a CRPG. It succeeded because it was good writing, and that was backed by decades of shit that they could pull from. Decades of shit they could pull from and build off of. Any other RPG is going to have a much harder time doing that right at the gate because you're going to have to get immersed with the world. They're going to have to explain everything to you. You're going to have to read up on everything to be able to even fundamentally understand like the core concepts of what's going on. And that's a hard task. So you have to decide how much of your shit is going to be like lore explaining and how much of your shit is just get the player in there, get the shit in. And so fundamentally, game like Avowed or a game like Outer Worlds is going to have a much harder time to impress a player creatively, narratively, lore-wise than Baldur's Gate 3 is. It's going to have a harder time impressing you, but I will say Baldur's Gate 3 was genuinely so good that it made people go, wow, a CRPG? I'm not playing that shit. Okay, maybe I'll play that shit because I can fuck a vampire. I get it. Yeah, sure. Fine, yeah, sure. All right, cool. It's called turn-based for a reason. Genuinely probably a better game than this overall by 100%. And that's not just for like not really the gameplay aspect, but like the character interactions, the depth of the characters, the amount of shit that you could do even if shit went wrong. But I do feel like with decades of shit to work on, it's easier to get a player into a game like Baldur's Gate because for the most part, you can kind of assume players know what a vampire is, players know what a goblin is. This game, Azarid? You're selling me like on Azarid right at the gate? I don't know what the fuck that is. I gotta figure that shit out. Are they cool? Are they lame? How epic are they? But overall, this is I'm not going to say this is a Baldur's Gate light, Baldur's Gate-like, but I will say it's a Fallout-like, you see? Because there are dialogue choices and there are guns and... What the fuck? Officially posted by the Three Stooges Twitter? Mo, Larry, Curly, Shemp, Curly Joe, and Joe? Who the fuck is Joe and who the fuck is Curly Joe? I got to do some reading later. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some reading later. Curly Joe? 2 new Stooges have been found? So there's a Curly, but there's also a Curly Joe. The secret 2 Stooges? Damn it, I thought Shemp was deep lore. Shemp ain't deep lore? The Stooge Iceberg video is coming along, I promise. I was about, I heard combat-wise it's good, but dialogue-wise it's him trying to capture that lightning in the bottle from the New Vegas story. I mean, people are going to be saying that about literally any Obsidian game because that's like the most basic criticism that you can make about the studio that made New Vegas is, oh yeah, they're trying to recapture New Vegas. And while I think that was partially true with Outer Worlds, I don't really feel that here. I hate the idea that it's like, oh, they're trying to recapture New Vegas. No, they tried that with some of the marketing, I think, in Outer Worlds, and it didn't work. So like, obviously, they're not going to try that again. I don't think that's a fair criticism to make. Just because they are the studio that made New Vegas doesn't mean the same people are working on this shit. So far, I don't feel that. It's just choice-based narrative dialogue choices. I saw one Discord message about it and I didn't get that vibe from it. Well, yeah, because like, that's the easiest thing you could say. No goddamn thought in a sentence like that is, I think they're just trying to capture the New Vegas magic. It's like, buddy, you have media literacy? Even a guy like me who's bad at media literacy knows, like, they're not trying to recapture New Vegas. This is a new video game. Other people want them to recapture New Vegas, but the talent's not there. The talent is different now. It's different people writing. It's different people working on this shit. Guy who watches 5,000 video essays in New Vegas. Guy who... Oh, Obsidian released a new game. What is it? Pentiment? Huh. Trying to recapture New Vegas, aren't they? Grounded? Huh. Seems like they're trying to recapture the magic of New Vegas. My eyes keep going to Kai's scaly fish titties. It's that Garrus voice. First a bird guy that's sexy. Now a fish guy that...
The gods did not
Every time! He's got that Cro-Magnon stare. Look at him. Look at that Cro-Magnon stare there. Look at this dude. He's ready for anything. He can take on the world. We love this guy. The mustache really sells it. I think the mustache is really what keeps him together, yeah. Cheeseburger, yeah. Hamburger, yeah. Big Mac, yeah. Whopper, yeah. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, yeah. Oh. He said a Ford F-150 pulling Hemis. I'm squealing, dude. Yeah, you're from around this area, bud. You know what I'm talking about. Dude with his big fuck truck gets stuck in the goddamn ditch. Got to call the firefighters to come and get him. Help! Help me! I didn't know that I was supposed to drive slow. I thought I could still go down 70 miles down the fucking highway. Help! Help me! No, you dumbass. It's cold outside. Slow the fuck down. Help me! Help! I thought having 4-wheel drive meant I could drive in any environment. I got dishonorably discharged, used my military paycheck to buy my Ford F-150 with a Hemi, and now I'm stuck with this beast of a truck and I don't know how to drive this son of a bitch. Oh, help me, help. Anytime I see anybody pulling up with the Ford F-150 and they start talking, Hemi's more of a Dodge thing, but if anybody pulls up with their Ford F-150 and starts talking about their fucking truck, I'm like, buddy, your wife is getting fucked by your best friend at home. I'm sorry. Your ride or die homie, he's fucking your wife, man. I'm sorry. You pulling up, you rolling coal, you drop a by in your lifted fucking truck. Somebody's fucking your wife, pal. I'm sorry. That's just the way that it be. Lifted truck, rolling coal, somebody's fucking your wife. They hand you the Nintendo Switch with Farming Simulator 2025. That's all you get, buddy. You're rolling coal in the 4x4, Ford F-150. You're still paying $800, probably like $1,200 a month on that son of a bitch. Somebody's at your house, somebody's fucking your wife. Ayo, chill, bro. Buddy, I lived in Iowa. I've been Iowa. I am Iowa. If anybody's going to say it, I'm going to fucking say it. How many games you got on your PC? Buddy, I got infinite games, but no games. Imagine a blessed amount of games, infinite games, and then no games. When fantasy characters use fantasy language words too much, they just remind me of Lysel in Baldur's Gate 3. It reminds me of Far Cry Primal, where they spent a hefty amount of their budget coming up with a caveman language and actually talking to linguistics. But then when you get into the game, it's like, poo-poo shanubi, epli conderoy, ipsnau snasniba. And I'm like, you just made Simlish again, buddy. Every fucking time somebody makes like a magical or fantasy language, it just sounds like Simlish to me. Babul Herbie, epli conderoy, snobble harpadon, skeleton. I really appreciate this game doesn't have a VA for the player character. I'm getting so fucking sick of that trend. Dude, you know what I'm happy about? Even though there's a lady in your head or a person in your head calling you a stud muffin, you don't have a stupid magical talking glove. There's genuinely one pet peeve I have with fantasy games nowadays. I despise it when you have a shitty talking glove. Not even fantasy games, just any game. I despise it when you have a shitty talking glove. I don't fucking care. I don't want the glove to yap. I don't need yap glove. And I feel like Yap Glove is only given so that they can spout exposition at the player character. But it's like, buddy, fuck off. Give me a companion. Give me lore notes. Give me audio logs over a fucking yapping glove. God, I hate the yapping glove. God, I fucking hate the yapping glove. Yapping glove, yapping gauntlet. Give me a guy that talks. Companion banter is not the same as the yapping glove. How the fuck there are a bunch of spiders in the middle of town? What the fuck, dude? Zhao Hong Shu. And the city was full of spiders. When the spiders, they were spidering, and the city was full of spiders. And they used their web spinners to make many walls, walls, to stop the people from entering the town, Spider Town, it was now called. Fuck. Zhao Hong Shu. And they called it Spider Town now. Yep, Dollar Companion. I like that idea. Yeah, I'm thinking I like this guy. Me looking directly at the Yap Dollar. Where's the new guy, Lebowski? Where is he, Lebowski? Where's the new guy, Lebowski? Where's the new guy at Lebowski? It's been a couple of months, Lebowski. Where's the new guy, Lebowski? No, Lebowski, we already heard about the Costco guys. We already heard about Hawk Tour, Lebowski. Where's the new guy, Lebowski? Where's the new guy? This has been me this entire month, actually, is where's the new guy, Lebowski? Where is he? What have you done with him? Tell me where he is, Lebowski. Is it fucked up that the guy who says that and does that to Lebowski in The Big Lebowski became the devil from the Bible in Supernatural? Fucked up that that guy went on to become the devil. He became the devil in Big Lebowski, actually? Well, explain. This is your setup. Now give me the punchline. Explain. Ooh, 2 waterfall secrets. Goated. No, I haven't actually watched that movie. What the fuck are you doing? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Ooh la la la. Na 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 na. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's goated. It's goated. It's a goated movie. It's one of the only Kino picks I have for favorite movies. It's a goated fucking movie. Movie so goated it would knock you off a cliff with a headbutt. Like that's movie so goated it'd be eating tin cans in the garbage. Movie so fucking goated you can catch them at the junkyard. Movie so fucking goated there's 3 of them. They're named Billy and they're gruff as fuck. I've never seen it. You gotta get some friends together. You gotta watch The Big Lebowski. It's coded. I swear to God. If I was looking at the gorilla from DC, I would swear to you, and I'd swear to God, it's fucking goated. It really tied the room together, man. It's like I love them yelling at a child. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. But the TV edit changes it to say, this is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. This is what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps. You're my spider now. Welcome to Spider City, bitch. In Spider City, webbing is money. In Spider City, spiders are lawyers and doctors. In Spider City, bugs is money. Webbing is also money. In Spider City, bugs and webbing is also money. In Spider City, you can get any clothes you want down in Spider City. In Spider Civilization, bugs and webs is money. In Spider Civilization, they don't have parkour. Your ass is gonna go vertical. You're describing Hollow Knight. No, if I was describing Hollow Knight, there'd be at least 3 people crying, all dressed in black robes, sacrificing a goat, trying to bring Silksong ever closer. I hope Silksong comes out, and I hope it's an hour long. Actually, no, fuck you. I hope Silksong comes out, and they fucking Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes you. I hope it's half an hour long, they give you a taste, and then you still have to wait 5 years. I wish Hollow Knight fans to suffer the same way Metal Gear fans had to suffer. I hope Silksong is just a prequel to a much larger DLC. So you're getting more content, but the wait becomes ever longer. A fraction of a Half-Life fan's pain. Oh, and only an iota of the pain of a Duke Nukem fan. You will never feel the true pain that a Duke Nukem fan will feel. Because imagine getting your game after 10 years and then it sucks. What about Brink fans? There's no Brink fans. Stop bringing Brink into the conversation. Brink fans, if they knew, they got Dirty Bomb. And they got Dirty Bomb for a couple of years. All right? And then by that point, by the time they got Dirty Bomb, I hate to break this to you, Dirty Bomb fans just became Titanfall 2 fans. I'm a Brink fan. Buddy, I bet you love Titanfall 2. I love Brink. Buddy, I bet you love Titanfall 2. I do love Titanfall 2. See? I knew your shit. I miss Dirty Bomb so fucking much. Yeah, and I miss Evolve, but neither of us are getting what we fucking wanted. I thought it was Dirty Bomb and then Blacklight Retribution and then Titanfall. No, Blacklight Retribution is before Dirty Bomb. So you're thinking, add another one to the list. We go Brink, then Blacklight Retribution, and then Dirty Bomb. How long did Evolve last? A couple of years. Then went free to play, and then nobody played it during free to play because they didn't really like advertise the free to play transition enough. IMO. I think if they had gone a little bit more with the free to play, if they had done it a little bit better, it could have been fun. But that's the problem with asymmetrical multiplayer in a nutshell, is it's really hard to balance. Some people just get really fucking lucky, and even if the game is shit, they have enough like rubes playing it to where it'll never die. Sorry, Behavior Interactive. Sorry, Dead by Daylight. Sorry. So what you gotta do here is you gotta move that. You gotta get to 5 generators, and then you can escape the killer. But you better be careful because Chucky's pretty broken this season. Yeah, Chucky's pretty cool. He's just a little guy and he kills them. That is pretty awesome, but you gotta fix the generators. Basically, I think to be an asymmetrical multiplayer game and survive, you kind of have to have a dog-ass simple gameplay loop. I can't wait for William Afton Dead by Daylight. I can't wait for the Behavior Interactive Silent Hill game. Do we forget about that? Because that's still happening, right? They're still doing that, right? That's still happening. The what? Oh yeah, the Behavior Silent Hill game. They announced that during like the Konami Direct way back. Because there's still the weird Silent Hill, the weird new one that might be good. And there was the dog shit television show that they released. There was like a weird interactive TV show thing. That's on Tubi now, by the way. And then there was the new game, the Behavior game, I think an Annapurna game. Silent Hill F is the new one, yeah. And as long as it's better than Splitterhead, man. Which Splitterhead wasn't even that bad. I just lost interest in it. I really just... Splitterhead is great because I can put the OST on like YouTube while I'm working on something, and I do love the OST. But I don't want to play the game again. I like the OST. I like the OST. It was pretty darn good. But I don't want to play it again. It's low budget jank with a big heart. Yeah, Splitterhead does have heart. And like I said, anything Akira Yamaoka, I'm like locked in. I want to listen to that track. I think the Behavior Silent Hill game was that streaming show one. Was it the show one? Was the Behavior one the dog shit show? I thought they were making like a separate thing. I still want to see what Annapurna's putting out, because they do be Annaing my Perna. I wanted to play Splinterhead, but it was too yucky for me. I'm happy that it exists, and I'm really happy for YouTube video essayists, because they're gonna love talking about it. Like, it's basically, it's peak mid, which is awesome for dudes who make video essays. But like, outside of dudes who make video essays, I don't know. I would definitely put it in that same category of peak mid, like I would like Wanted, Splinterhead. A lot of 360 and PS3 titles like Anarchy Reigns, you know. What's another peak mid game? Shadows of the Damned. Need my head crushed by Strong Lady cartoon style. Is it too much to ask for a 7-foot-tall woman with 24-inch pythons and huge muscly breasts to crush me like a grape, turn me into wine? Is it too much to ask for a big woman to just come at me and rip me apart like a rotisserie chicken at the Costco? Is it too much to ask for a 7-foot-tall woman to fucking ruin my life and make me feel like a piece of shit? Is it too much to ask for a woman to grab me, swaddle me like a baby, and then break my back like Bane broke Batman's back? Giantess bedtime story ASMR, turns page in gigantic book making the loudest paper sounds ever. Loud lip smacking sounds as she grabs the page and turns another page. Why is it so hard to find a 6'8" orc woman, green, mean, and powerful as hell to rip me asunder? Why is it so hard to find a big lady to crush me like a grape? Come on now. I still think about like that playlist of videos I found. I think one time we were recording Pondering, and there was a director who had recorded, who had made movies, and one of the movies was Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader. And I still think about to this day, one of the movies he made with, Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader, and I was trying to look up scenes for the movie, and I found a 1,500 video playlist of just giantess animations and scenes on YouTube. Just like the lowest quality gooner shit I'd ever seen in my life. Looking at Bust a Nut so bad that they're pulling up like 360p videos. Like, it's that bad. Tiny husband, big wife. Tiny husband, big wife. He is small and she is wife. Tiny husband, a big wife. It has to be such a biblical curse to be afflicted with the most niche of fetishes. It'll be eons till the masses develop it, like a Van Gogh but with kinks. The thing about having, like, I think a unique fetish is, like, you really gotta hope that you're born into a rich family. That way, if you're born into a rich family, then you can afford all of the fucked up commissions. Then, especially if you have a really niche fetish, you get to become internet lore. I don't know why anybody would be mad about, like, their kink getting exposed when it's really fucking weird, because, like, you get to be internet lore. You'll never be forgotten. Wonder Bread Guy will never, like, be forgotten, man. Like, forever. There, in 10 years, 20 years, there are going to be grandparents sitting in, like, their big velvet chair, telling their children, all huddled around the fire, back in the day, there was a man, and he was commissioning pictures of women buying Wonder Bread in a grocery store, and they were thinking about deforestation, and he had spent thousands upon thousands of dollars. Oh shit, they put Callisto Protocol into Avowed. Fuck. That's kind of scary, man.
Seems pretty self-explanatory.
Love that, man. I love reading a little Thengus and then your companions having input on the little Thengus you're reading. Big fucking fan of that.